And we're going to be professional, aren't we? Because we're good little boys.
Don't fence me in.
Hello, gang. Colin here. Festa 67's workshop. And welcome back to Workbench Live with me, Festa 67's workshop, and in the Fox. Yes, we are back. So welcome for us to... doing a bit of work for our good friends over at eModels.co.uk.
Your one-stop shop for all your model making needs.
And all of your God hand needs, folks. Yes, because they are the European distributor of God hand. So get in there. Absolutely. Anything else I've forgotten?
You have to list every single brand that they sell.
Absolutely. Oh, God, you're asking now, ain't you? Oh, dear.
Yes.
Oh, mate. And yes, what are we doing? I hear you ask. We're doing some
What are we doing?
On the Bandeblades of goodness. That's what we're up to. And it's funny, before we went live, Fox was like, so what are you doing? I said, I can't even remember what I did on the last one. I've got to watch the episode back because I've lost my train of thought. But, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I remember I was doing chipping and I did the turret, so I've got everything else to do.
Absolutely. Well, whilst you're doing that, I'm going to have a quick little browsy, kids, at the chat land. If you can let us know, folks, that audio and video is fine as well. Let's just move my Yeti right near me so that you can hear us. That's me in the chat saying hello. We've got Chuckles the Wizard in. Hello, mate. That's a great name, isn't it?
Yeah, that bloke's a wizard.
Absolutely. Earl D says hiya. Hello, Earl. How you doing?
Hello, Earl.
Chuckles the Wizard says, I've subscribed to your channel, Festa 67's workshop. Thank you very much for your kindness, mate. It all helps me grow me channel because me channel is a little bit lagging behind at the moment. So if anyone wants to subscribe, like and subscribe to both our channels. There you go.
What's that? What was that?
That was, I don't know. Yeah. What else have we got? Guru saying, good evening, everyone. I'm within and rearing to go, or raring to go even.
Yes.
Chuckles saying hello to everyone. I'm saying thanks to Chuckles for subscribing. Mark Shellard is in saying shenanigans.
Shellard.
Shellard.
Shenanigans always guaranteed.
Old D says hello. Jackie says good evening, gents. We're both watching on the big screen.
Hey, Jackie.
John Christmas is in, says hi, guys. Hello, John. How you doing, mate?
Hey, John.
PJ says, evening, everyone. One can only hope this show is better than Ahsoka. A low bar, I know, but hey, welcome back, boys. Oh, well, you know, let's hope that we fulfil our obligation to your exceptionally high standards, PJ, because we're not worthy, are we, mate?
I'm quite enjoying Ahsoka. I'm quite enjoying it.
Have you got your quote ready, mate?
Yep.
Hi Festa, says our very own Carl Sagan. Hi Festa, Fox, Chuckles, Jacqueline Earl, Mark, John, PJ, and all in chat.
There is a popular contention that half or more of the brain is unused. From an evolutionary point of view, this would be quite extraordinary. Why should it have evolved if it had no function? But actually, the statement is made on very little evidence. There you go.
Absolutely. Everyone's saying hello.
It's not a good Carl Sagan tonight.
Everyone's saying hello to Shellard. Jeff Light is in, says good evening, Cole Fox and all in chat. Hello, Jeff. Love to you and Maggie,
Jeff.
mate. Everyone's saying hello to PJ. Athol's in, says hi, Jeff, PJ, Kev, Jackie. Audio and video is A-OK, Cole. Thank you very much, as says Jeff. Everyone said hello to Jeff and Maggie. Stefan Last is in saying good evening. Hello, Stefan. How you doing?
Hello, Stefan.
EJ saying good evening to Jeff. So, question of the day. What's in the belly? What's on the bench? What is your beverage of choice? And Fox, how the devil are you and how the devil is Mum?
We are fine, thank you very much. We are fine and dandy. All is good. Nothing really to report, news-wise or gossip-wise. Everything's going okay. It's a bit warm here tonight, but other than that, fine, thank you.
Happy days.
Tonight I'll be doing my chipping, like I said. I was doing chipping on the 2 colours, so I'll be doing the, what am I using? Ushabti Bone and Administratum Grey as a chip highlight colour.
Oh, nice.
To build up the sponge chipping that we did.
Yeah.
And of course, I need to choose which of these wonderful God Hand brushes I'm going to use.
Oh,
because, you know, eModels sell God Hands, so I've got to choose a brush.
Look at him showing off with his goddamn brushes, eh?
So I shall put those God Hand brushes over there and pick one of those God Hand brushes later when I need to use a God Hand brush to paint the God Hand chipping.
I think they got the gist there, dude.
Thank God Hand for eModels.
I see what you did there.
Yes, I'm doing that shortly. I was going to say something as well. I can't remember what it was. Oh, yes, don't forget, if you're watching this, folks, and you followed the link on eModels' Facebook page or anywhere else, if you're watching it on the website, feel free to continue. But if you want to join the live chat, we have got it here. Click the YouTube icon in the bottom right-hand corner, and you can join in the live chat and ask us questions while we paint.
Beware, though, we are men of a certain age.
Yes, we can't really read tiny text very easily. Please make sure to keep the chat family friendly as well, of course, because it is an eModel show for emodels.co.uk on their channel.
Yeah.
And do keep in mind, Colin and I don't work for eModels. We're just chuds that come along and do stuff for them. So we don't know anything about their stock and when things are coming in. So
Yeah.
But we are their representative chuds, as it were.
Yeah.
Right, I suppose that doesn't work.
Yeah, if you do have any questions regarding stock, chuck them an email, sales@emodels.co.uk.
Yeah, or give them a call.
Yeah, give them a
on
buzz.
the phone number that I can't remember what it is.
Yeah. Number.
Oh, something. Oh, one something.
Graham Robert is in saying hello to everyone. Hello, Graham. Hope you're all right,
Graham.
mate.
Hello, my friend.
Yeah.
That's very fine.
So I'm just going around painting guns at the moment because they need a bit of a coat of lead belcher. So it's very, very thin coats going on.
The real reason he's painting his guns is because he can't remember what he's supposed to be doing and he hasn't watched the last show yet to remind himself.
Yeah.
So he's playing it safe.
Cheers for that, mate.
That's all right. It's always nice for people to see how the sausage is made.
Absolutely.
Right, I think I shall use the liner and the shot point.
I'll cut him with his liner.
Tiny.
Yeah.
I need to actually not have these in the packs anymore because it's really silly having them in the packs.
And if you haven't already, folks, click the bell on the eModels YouTube because I'm doing a load of voiceovers on the God Hand stuff and I've got a full series coming up for the Yamaha Paris Dakar bike.
Yes.
So that's hopefully going to get released over the next week or so. So there's going to be multiple episodes coming up. So ring the bell so that you get notified and you'll be able to have a looky look at what we've been up to.
Your multiple episodes.
I'm made of episodes, but I like it.
You like being multiple episodes, don't you?
Yeah, I do, mate.
Yeah, dude. I've nearly finished Supernatural.
Oh, really?
I'm on the last season. What am I going to do when I finish watching it all?
Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, I've been through that already. Like I watched that before I started watching Supernatural.
Oh, right. Okay.
I'll be lost.
Bit of Kira goodness, though. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, there is that. That's not something I can actually deny.
You know, not that I would watch it for that, because, you know.
No, but you would.
Absolutely.
Not that you would, but you would. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee.
So, yeah.
So we should get some lovely chipping done.
What have we got? We got some belly and benches coming in. We have got LD on the bench is a Psycho Zaku. Belly was jacket potato, beans and cheese. Nice one.
Beans and cheese.
Stefan, Stefan says hi to Jeff and Athol. Athol, belly, chili and fried rice. Beverage, chocolate milk. Bench, F14 Tomcat. Kobe, Lego, 48 Scout. Graham's asking you how mum is.
She's fine, thank you.
John Christmas.
She's fine, thank you.
John Christmas has got fish and chips, mushy peas, and a 72nd scale Ghost of Kiev MiG. Nice one. I got that bad boy in me stash, mate. LD says the eModel ambassadors sounds official. That sounds really professional, D, doesn't it?
It's far too professional for us to be using it.
That's got a ring to it, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
So how are you
Official
doing,
Ambassador
Fox? See what I did there?
You're just angling for Ferrero Rocher, aren't you? I know what you're doing.
PJ's belly, spag bowl with garlic bread. Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah, spag bowl.
Bench is nothing, zilch. Now, yeah, you're having a couple of weeks rest. Good for you. Recharge, and recharge. And beverage is coffee, but that might change. Oh, G&T, mate, would go nice.
Yeah.
Graham's had a wee visit to hospital. Snap, mate. I was in for a while, but I'm out now because I'm doing this. Chuckles, the wizard, says belly, toast, beverage or chocolate on the bench. He says a bolt action figures. I thought you wanted your hospital. Thought you wanted your hospital visit kept private, Graham. But there you go. He says hi, Athol. Bobbin says just watched this week's a shocker episode. Certain people are back. Okay, no idea what you're on about, and yeah.
No. Interestingly, while I remember, I don't think eModels sell bolt action stuff. If you don't know what bolt action is, it's basically imagine Warhammer stuff, like miniatures, but for World War II. Yeah. Really good. But they do sell a range of kits which are designed to complement bolt actions. They're like tanks and stuff. They're in 156 scale.
Yeah.
The name is escaping me, but there is a post on the Facebook page from, I think, earlier last week.
Yeah.
Where they're showing those, and they're really nice because they're like 156 scale, like armoured tanks and stuff, World War II.
Yeah.
And modern as well, but they are perfectly designed for games like bolt action because they're 156 scale.
Yeah.
So
oh, nice.
if you do play bolt action, you want to like add some to your army of vehicles and stuff, go and check out the ones. I can't remember the brand, unfortunately, but they're really good, apparently.
Oh, nice. Happy days.
Yeah. Check
there you go. Go check them out. Yeah. Obviously not now because, we're on.
Yeah, because we're doing it. And we're important right now. I should probably go and check what the brand is, shouldn't I? That'd be a lot easier thing to do.
Yeah, it would be, but...
I'll go and do that. Let me go and do that. Hang on.
But, it does mean mentioning another retailer, mate.
No, they're in eModels.
Oh, right, okay.
eModels stock them.
Happy days.
Let me find it.
He's finding all the things out for you, folks. All of the things.
Finding now. Open, find, and clear on Zulu. They are here somewhere. They are Rubicon models. Go and look
that rings a bell.
website.
Yeah, Rubicon models. Yeah.
Yeah, Rubicon models. They specialise in plastic vehicle kits, tanks, and vehicles and things for 156 scale tabletop bolt action style games. So yes.
Oh, nice one.
Edward Leonard's in and says, hi all, Rubicon is the name. Yes, exactly. Thank you.
Hello, Edward. How are you, me old China? Nice to see you in, mate.
Did me jellyfish. Whoop, whoop.
You're good, you are.
So yes, go and check them out. If you're playing bolt action or you just like their models, go and check them out.
Yeah.
In stock now at all good leading eModel stores. Now, I've got some news, Cole.
Oh, go for it. Go for it.
Something's happened that makes no sense.
Oh dear.
Somebody's given James Mate time off again.
No.
James Mate, the manager at eModels, he's got time off in a week's time. He's going away for a couple of weeks. I don't know how that
hold up a minute, Pete. When's it say in James's contract that he can be let out of the workhouse?
Yeah, it's not acceptable. That.
Yeah, that's not acceptable, mate.
Nah.
Can't have James Mate not there.
Yeah, it's ridiculousness, isn't it?
Yeah. All
Right, I
joking
do
aside,
apologise.
have a good holiday, James, mate. You deserve
Yeah.
it.
I do apologise if you don't see much on my camera, but unfortunately, I've got through all the chipping on funny little surfaces, and it means a lot of times you're going to see the back of my hand or something, because this big Bandeblade, it's big, man. It's not a small kit.
Yeah, we either have to have the camera far away.
Far away. Duncan.
Yeah.
Duncan? No, Dougal. Dougal.
Mind you, Duncan Dougal, yeah.
Duncan Dougal.
I can just
Dougal,
imagine Duncan doing the cow. This one's near. This is far away. Okay.
This is far away.
Yeah. All right. Bit of gunnage done. Beginning to familiarise myself with the Baneblade again because, yeah, it's been a while, folks.
Yes. Now, I seem to remember last time we did a show, I did say I will go off and do all this chipping or some of it off camera because there's so much to do. I'll be spending 6, and I didn't.
Yeah, no. Real life got in the way, Starfield. Real life got in the way.
Well, Starfield is part of that, but not a big part of that. I cannot deny that some time has been spent in Starfield.
Yeah.
I would not. I'd be an obvious liar if I denied that.
Yeah, well, I would mock you if you did.
Yeah, I don't lie to people. I only lie to people on my own streams, not on other people's streams.
I was going to say, yeah.
On my own channel, I'll just talk nonsense all day long. Thank you very much. You can't trust a word I say. On an eModels stream,
Yeah, we try to be as professional as we can be.
it's not a lie. Whether we do it is irrelevant. We try. Now, what I'm doing here, if for anybody who hasn't seen me do it before or doesn't know, just very quickly, I'm sorting out the chipping on this model, and I'm going to do a 2-stage chipping process. 3-stage, really. I've already gone over with a small piece of sponge to do some little sort of paint chips in a colour that's lighter. So, like this dark grey colour, I've used a slightly lighter colour for the sponge on the sponge. Now, what I'm doing, that's the first step. Second step is to go in and do more of that lighter colour, but with a fine brush, just to make the sort of the chips themselves. And then the final stage will be to go over them again, but actually fill these little chips in with a darker colour, like, for example, a rust colour, if I want it to be metal, rusty metal underneath the paint. And the idea is to kind of create this look of the paint's been chipped off so that you've got this dirty coloured paint on the outside, the paint gets chipped and some fresh, clean paint underneath is showing through. That's a highlight colour. Mm-hmm. And if it's a big chip, then that paint's been chipped off as well, and underneath you see the rusty metal.
Chip in.
Yeah, but I'm not doing this thing where you paint like a shape and then a light shape underneath it. I don't do that kind of chipping. I prefer to do a more sort of, not realistic, but a more, less stylised kind of chipping. So it really is kind of painting little chips, and then when I do the rust colour, it'll be inside the other chips, so you get like the rusty patch, and there's a little halo of light colour where the fresh paint is, and then the rest of the paint. So that's what I'm doing, and it's going to take a very long time. Mm. Very long time, but I love it because it's fun.
It's very therapeutic late at night with a bit of music blaring out in your lug holes.
Yep, and it's one of those things that, as long as you keep in mind how big a paint chip should be, then and you keep it nice and fine, you can't really go wrong with it. You can't really mess it up.
Well, I don't know. We could have a good go.
Well, I mean, I could paint it with a flipping massive, great filbert brush the size of a cat's head. That wouldn't really work.
Filbert brush.
That's a great word, isn't it? Filbert. That obviously wouldn't work. And you can do too much. I am guilty of doing too much chipping. I can't help myself.
Yeah, you get carried away a bit, don't you?
Mm-hmm. So, yes. But if you're using a nice fine brush, you can even do little scratches and scrapes at the same time. Just to add. And a lot of this will disappear when you put the weathering on top. So.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing. We're going to all of this detail, and yet we've got to put all the pigments and that on there. Yeah, most of it will go, but...
Yeah. Well, the beauty is that when you put all that stuff on the top, in places, the work underneath will show through, and that's how you know it's there. If you didn't do it, it just wouldn't be there.
No, that's right.
So you can take one for the team and know that a lot of it will disappear, but some of it won't.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Marcy's in, Scale Model Muse, saying hello. Hello, Marcy. How you doing, darling? Everyone's saying hello to Marcy. What else have we got going on there? Marcy saying hello to you.
Hello, you. Hello, Marcy.
Athol says he's into No Man's Sky.
Oh, yeah, it's a good game.
Marcy says, I've got 2 of those. I really should build one too. Absolutely, Marcy. You've got to.
Had 2 for ages.
Got to do your Baneblade, Marcy.
You need to pull your finger out, girl.
I look forward to seeing it. Look forward to seeing it. Very talented builder is our Marcy.
Yes. Don't forget Bench and Belly, folks. What's your Bench and Belly tonight then, Carl? We know what the bench is, obviously.
Bench is Baneblade. Belly's going to be, what is it, Wednesday? All bangers and mash night.
Oh, yeah. Well, Belly for me, I haven't eaten. Mama Wolf had a nice, get this right, she hates pasta. She hates pasta. If you give her pasta, she'll pull her face and everything.
Yeah.
Like a 5-year-old. But if you give her macaroni cheese, she loves it.
Bless her.
I'm like, what? So I said, do you want mac and cheese? So when I'm doing a stream, I do like a quick thing in the oven for her rather than a proper dinner.
Yeah.
Because I haven't got time to sit and make a full dinner and everything else. So she had mac and cheese time. I don't know what I'm having later. If it's a takeaway, everything's closed, so it's probably McDonald's.
Oh, Lammerkins.
Yes. What time we go until tonight? I can go to about 11.
Go for a couple of hours max, mate, because I'm just, you know, it's going to be a couple of hours max for at least a month with me, mate.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, 2 hours is good for me for this anyway.
To be honest with you, because I'm on quite a strict schedule.
You're on quite a strict schedule.
Pretty much, yeah.
Just quickly, so I don't know if people can see what I'm doing. This is an area where I've sponge chipped earlier, which are tiny little bits and dots of this grey paint. So what I'm doing is, apologies if it's not in focus, I'm just joining some of these up and making them a bit bigger, just in places. It looks a bit lighter, but it's the same colour, just so that they look like slightly bigger. I'm using the sponge chips as a template, and what I can do is I can add lots of little scratches and scrapes. Like I can do that. It's like a nice little scratch.
You're a scratch.
Yeah. The trick is just to use the finest possible brush you can find. That really is the trick. And keep in your mind that if you look at a real vehicle, paint chips are really tiny. They're very rarely bigger than, say, your hand. Unless it's lots of chips clumped together and all meeting up, in which case they can get quite big. But in reality, a paint chip's very rarely bigger than your hand. So don't go too crazy. Anyway, enough about my paint chips.
Hey, mate, we like your paint chips.
All I can think about at the minute is macaroni cheese. Because I ate Mum's leftovers, and it was like, oh, that was really nice, and now I really want mac and cheese. I said to Colin,
poor Mum, bless her, you know. Yeah, go and steal her dinner.
No, she finished it. She didn't have leftovers.
Poor woman.
So I came out, I said to Colin, right, we've got to cancel tonight's show. He's like, why? Thinking something was wrong. And I'm like, because I've just eaten Mum's leftover mac and cheese. Now all I can do is I want to go and eat lots of it.
Poor Mama Fox.
Now she loved it. She's having a trifle later.
Oh, is she? Oh.
Yeah, as a reward for being good today. So when we finished here, I'll go and get her a trifle.
Oh, she got good girl pants on, has she? Good. Well done.
Yeah, she's been good today. She had a wash and everything.
Oh, happy days.
She's not been obstreperous or a pain in the bum.
Really? Oh, wow.
Yeah. She has days like that, where she's actually,
Yeah, you do realise tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah, not a living nightmare. But that means tomorrow, yes.
Oh, yes. Back with a vengeance.
Tomorrow we will feel the burn. Don't you worry.
Yeah. Yeah, she'll be going, yeah. I lulled you into a false sense of security, son. That's what she'll be saying.
How gullible you were.
Oh, yeah, I cleaned that up, didn't I?
You did. Family friendly, Festa family. Have you replaced your post-it note yet?
No, not yet. Did so well Monday. Well, I thought I did until you reminded me that, yeah.
I can't remember what word you were actually trying to say.
Nor can I, but it came out wrong.
Yes.
But, yeah. People were just happy that they got their factoids back, didn't they? So, sorry,
Yeah,
what am I, what?
Are you saying my factoids are rubbish?
Oh, no, the chat were.
Oh, God damn it. You're not wrong.
Yeah, no, but...
But you could have reminded me more gently.
Yeah, but if I let you down gently, it isn't as much fun.
It sets precedent then, and you can't expect it.
Yeah, because people will message me going, why you been nice to Fox? Are you ill? Yeah.
This is not what we expect.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, hello.
I might as well paint this gun, being that it was covered in leftover camouflage paint, because, yeah.
What are you doing right now? You're painting your guns, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm painting me front guns with a bit of lead belcher as a base, and then I should go around and add different tonal changes just to detail it up a bit. But
tonal changes, you say?
I know. I just want to start going around picking out all the details, because, yeah, everything got camouflaged at first just to get the paint on there, and then I go back round and pick out the details then. But
yeah.
Because nothing worse. If you paint all your guns first, by the time you've done your camouflage, you'll have paint remnants from overpainting and all of that lot. So
it's the same I've done. Because we were doing lots of dry brushing for the base coats, there's no point painting any of the detail bits until you've done all that. That's why all my weapons and wheels and add-ons and straps and things are just camouflage.
Yeah, they all get a coat of it, and it's just like, well, it's easier to do it that way than to try to have to be super slow not to get any brush marks on anything. I just slap it on there, slap it on,
slap
get in there,
on.
Ted.
Well, that's the thing. When you're dry brushing, you have to take into account, if I've painted all this other stuff, I'm going to have to repaint it all. So why don't I just do the dry brushing bit first, and then I'm not crying at the end of the night.
Yeah. Absolutely.
There'll be some crying in the showers tonight.
I see what you did.
Up and under.
So, yeah, that's all I'm doing, mate, is because I am still not 100% sure. I know I started my tracks, but I can't remember how far I got. So I shall probably just go back and do them again. Just to...
I think you did the first wash of your track wash, but I can't remember for sure.
It might have been a case of that at the end of the show. So I'll go back to the last one and play the last 10 minutes or so, and yeah. But yeah, it's nice to be back, mate, isn't it? It's just like getting back into our routine, isn't it, fella?
Yeah, makes sense to you, sir.
Yeah, so that's what we're up to.
Here's a question for you.
Yes, fire away.
Do you remember the old adverts for British Gas when these were like, if you see Sid?
Yeah.
How did they work? Was it like, if you see Sid, tell him... I was thinking last night, just randomly popped in my mind, what was the actual message for Sid? I can't remember what it was.
It was different things, wasn't it? Like gas leaks, if you smell gas, it was that type of thing, if I remember rightly, wasn't it? Or am I thinking of a different advert?
I think they're all supposed to be like passing on advice on good deals with British Gas to Sid, and Sid's like, yeah, I'm a gas fitter, mate, I know all about it.
Yeah, it was... Yeah, it was to try and normalise it, but it kind of... only ran a small campaign, didn't it, and then disappeared.
Yeah, but it was legendary.
Yeah, no,
but it was really popular at the time.
Trying to think who the person was that played it. Wasn't it someone quite famous?
It was different people every time. I can't remember who played Sid at the end, but he appeared at the mist. Well, I was trying to remember last night what the actual message was. I can't remember how. I'll have to go and find some.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be on the YouTubes.
If you see Sid, tell him.
Because most of them adverts from that era are, aren't they? So
yeah, to give people an idea of speed. So far, I have done the light grey chipping on that bit there, on the front, and that bit there on the grey.
There you go.
That's all I've done so far, and I've got the whole rest of the tank to do yet.
Oh, you want to slow down a bit, mate. You're going to have that done in 6 months if you ain't careful.
I'll have finished school by the time I get this done. I realised today as well. I mean, I've only been living in this house for like all my entire life, but I was going down the stairs, and on the stairs on the wall,
Yeah.
we've got a drawing of my old secondary school.
Oh, right, yeah.
Because you could buy it at open days. It's like a pencil drawing of the school that some artist did, local artist, and they used to sell it at the school like every Parents' Day or open day.
Right, yeah.
And obviously, Mum and Dad bought it for some dumb reason. I was going down the stairs. I'm like, why did they buy this picture? Why would I want to be reminded of like 7 of the most miserable years of my life?
Yeah, it does make you wonder, doesn't it?
Like, why would I want to be looking at a picture of the place where I hated every minute of being in that building? What is that about?
Yeah, it wasn't great, was it, school?
Yeah. I never really thought. I just kind of ignored it over the years. Now I was just going down the stairs thinking, why? I'm reminded of that every day. Why do you... Oh. Weird. It's like being an ex-con and having a picture of the prison on the wall. It's just... You wouldn't do that, would you?
No.
Weirdness.
No, that's the last thing you'd want.
You've been released from your 20-year prison sentence, but
Norman
before you
Stanley
go, would you like
Fletcher with a picture of Mr. Mackay on his bedside cabinet just doesn't ring true, does it?
Before you go to make your way in the world after 20 years in prison, would you like to buy a framed drawing of the prison itself? No, but my mum will buy it. Fletcher! Fletcher!
Yeah.
Alright, have a quick look at chat because I'll take a break for a second. Let's have a look. Jeff says, sometimes the chat can move very quickly. To Graham.
Yeah.
Muse says, as soon as I get done of these other things, lol, she's got no room to work.
Oh, bless you.
Have a desk tidy up. You usually end up with a bigger workspace, unless you don't, in which case...
Marcy's now just come over all queasy and he's going to have to go and have a sit down.
Because I suggested tidy up. The irony is, though, almost every time I tidy up my workbench to get more space, I end up with less.
Yeah, I did that before we went live and I got less space now than when I... Yeah.
The only time I actually got more space is when I forced myself to buy this little sort of work surface thing, which is literally bigger than the space I had. So I was like, got no choice now. I forced the issue. Bobbins is in, says bench, tiger tank, belly, massive burrito. And he puts massive in all capitals.
Oh, nice one.
I really want a burrito now. Gosh darn it. Muse still needs to figure out dinner, but is currently cookies and coffee, chocolate dipped wafers. Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Jeff Light says belly, pasty and beans. Ooh, what kind of pasty? Cheese and onion, general Cornish pasty with meat, lamb, beef. Bench, more 1/100 scale tanks, beverage, Bacardi and lemonade.
Oh, nice.
Dominic Kokuzin, he says, good evening, Colin and Fox.
Hello,
Welcome,
Dominic. How are you, my friend? Love to you and your other half.
Yeah, bonsoir, mon ami. Bienvenue à la live stream. I don't know what live stream is in French. It's probably le live. Is he Dutch?
He's Dutch, mate.
He's Dutch, isn't he? It's Dominique, you see it tripped me up. I'm special. Where are I? Mew says, Foxy, there is nowhere, trust me, she says about the space, I guess. Well, I can't do Dutch then, Dominique. My apologies for throwing French at you.
At least I think he's Dutch, anyway.
Now you do it.
No, I'm sure he is. I'm sure he's in the Netherlands.
If you're Dutch, one of us is wrong.
Yeah, I'm sure he's not far from TK.
Quite possibly. I'm scratching.
Are you really? You're super scratching, are you? Are you made of scratches?
I am. It's like fun psoriasis. It's great, this.
I wouldn't have thought there's anything fun about that.
Well, it's fun scratching. It's like the fun version of psoriasis where you don't mind scratching. Now, because I'm doing this chippity bits.
Yes.
it does mean that I can pretty much freewheel. So if anybody's got any questions, are you having to do sticky out tongue painting there, Colin? Or are you in brain off
yeah,
mode?
I'm doing a little bit of lining with some agrax at the moment.
All right.
Why is that, mate?
I'm just thinking because we're both in brain off mode in that case, so we can readily answer questions and stuff. Otherwise, we'll sit here sticking our tongue out.
No, I'm fine. I've got the chat right in front of me, so people want to ask stuff. It's not a problem.
Yeah. I'm just thinking of we're both sitting here with tongue sticking out painting and...
No, you do your chipping. Otherwise, we'll be here this time next year, mate.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like anything. After 6 or 7 episodes, you start getting a bit,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Because if I don't answer questions and stuff, I will just wander into my own little world.
No, you wander into your own little world to catch up, mate.
I won't be saying much. No, it's fine.
I don't
want
mind.
to sit here quietly because you don't want to sit here quietly.
I was going to say, I think you was ill if you were sitting there quietly, mate. I would have to send someone round to check your pulse, mate, because, yeah.
Probably with a stick.
Yeah, beat you with the stick.
Hey, you meant prod, didn't you? You just said the wrong word. That's all it was.
Of course it was. Yeah, silly me.
Yeah.
I didn't. He's now, he's got his collar folded up and he's got the walking away music. I know.
Cowbag.
Absolutely. You would do the same.
I absolutely would.
But yeah, if you've got any questions, feel free to ask them. Not a problem. Jackie says belly was a thick base meat feast pizza. Nice. Beverage was coffee. As Sprue and Glue's in. Hello, David. How you doing, mate?
Hello.
Dominic says, thank you, Colin. I know my real friends are. Absolutely, mate. Yeah. I'll look out for you, Dom. Don't you worry, mate. That awful, evil, nasty fox. Calling you French. Evil man.
I may have got the country wrong, but at least I tried to speak to somebody in a language not native to myself, which is a respectful thing to do.
I do that every Monday. I speak English, and that's a language not native to myself, is it? Let's be honest.
I may have got the language wrong, but you can't knock the idea that I tried. It may not have been the right language, but
yeah.
Do. Knocking the camera, thank you. Well done, Fox.
Yeah. Knocking the camera. That's normally what I do, knocking the camera, but I've done remarkably well today. I've not knocked it yet, which now means I'm going to knock it every couple of minutes.
Of course. Now, I'll tell you what, folks, if you're doing chipping like this and it's a big model like this, this is when you absolutely benefit from having some kind of wet palette on the go.
Yes.
Because I've got this little blob of paint on my wet palette, and it's like I can sit here for hours using it to paint. If I just had like a piece of glass or a little kitchen tile or something, or a plate with my paint on it, I'd be topping that pile of paint up every 5 minutes because it just dry out.
Yeah.
So if you haven't got one, get yourself one or make yourself one, whichever. Just get a wet palette going on because it just keeps that paint alive and active for much longer. And when you're doing something like this, where it's going to take you a long time, you don't want to have to waste time topping up the paint with a blob of paint every 5 minutes.
No, this is where decent brushes are a must because they do hold a nice little bulb of paint.
Yep. And also you want to make sure when you're doing chipping, you want fine control, so make sure the paint is thin just a little bit and not as it comes out of the pot or off a wet, dry palette. So just get on a wet palette, it'll be just about the right thickness to be painted with. I've got the sniffles.
You're made of sniffles.
PJ says to Sprue and Glue, what you need is a new piece of string between the 2 plastic cups. I've missed that conversation clearly.
Yeah.
And Sprue says, PJ, I'm going to go and nick Jackie's knicker elastic.
Okay.
PJ says, David, please make sure she's not wearing it at the time.
Poor Jackie.
I have no idea where that conversation's come from or gone to. I'll just deny everything and plead innocence.
Yeah, just do what I do, plead ignorance.
Yeah, ignorance, that's the word, not innocence.
I normally get away with it by going, involved scrolling up.
Yeah, and then your Mrs. H is like, what do you mean scrolling up? I'm talking to you with words in my face.
Yeah.
You can't use that in real life, sadly.
Oh, I know that now.
Yeah, I found that out eventually.
Yeah. Bless her.
Many errors, many trials, Cole?
Constantly, mate. Wouldn't be me, would it?
Colin's life is basically a non-stop episode of Crown Court.
Yeah. The daily verdict show, and I always end up guilty.
Yeah.
Funny that, isn't it?
Yeah.
And all I'm doing is I'm just putting neat Agrax earth shade in some of these panels, knowing a lot of it's going to run out. But it's just to get a bit of staining in there.
Yeah, gives it depth, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's not as angry as a black pin wash. So
no. A lot of people do black washes over things, but there really are very few times you ever want to use a real black wash for any kind of panel lining, because it's not natural. It's just too stark.
Yeah.
Use an off black or a dark grey or a dark brown. Like Agrax Earthshade's great because it's like a dirty brown colour.
Yeah.
So it suggests like grime and dirt, and it gives it some depth without just looking like you're giving it a black panel line wash, basically.
Yeah.
Sadly, black lining washes just tend to look like black lining washes.
Makes the model kit look like Alice Cooper's mascara, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. On a bad day.
Yeah.
If you're ever stuck for panel line washes, by the way, obviously GW, the Citadel shades are really good colours, but they are acrylic, so once it's in there, it's in there. If you want to be able to fettle with it, maybe put it into the panel line and then clean it up a little bit and tidy it up, go and check out the either AK or Ammo panel line washes. They're enamels.
Yeah.
They're all different colours. They're quite subtle, and you can slap it all over your model and then just wipe it off for ages. You can work with it and wipe it away, clean it. If it goes all blobby at the edge, just clean it up. You'll do some wonderful shading and panel lining with those enamel products. Go and check them out. Available in store now. Bob's.
You're good, you are.
Yeah.
So proud of you.
I earn my bowl of fish heads, my monthly bowl of fish heads.
They grow up so quick, folks.
Yeah. People don't know, but if you go to eModels, if you go into the storeroom at the back, like you'd stand at the counter and on the right is a little door where usually they're all boxing up all the orders and stuff.
Yes.
But if you look through that door, there's a ladder that goes up, and that goes up into the upper realms.
Yeah.
Whereas all the paints you've never heard of that nobody ever bought are stored.
All the hidden stuff.
All the books and magazines and things. A lot of stuff that they knew that there's never, all like the standees that they got from some product that they never used. All the stuff up there, babe. That's where I live.
Yeah.
I actually live up there, and what they do is they open the hatch once a month and just send me a bucket of fish heads, and that's my life.
That's the place we all try to head to whenever we go up there, because it's like, what is in the secret stash?
Yeah, there's all kinds of weird little things. There's like stuff that they got in stock like 10 years ago that never sold, or they just didn't get sold. Random things and all collections of paints and stuff. Loads of stuff up there.
Jeff Light says Crown Court. Now there's a blast from the past, yeah. I've got the theme tune, in my head.
I just about to say, I've got the theme tune in my head.
Yeah.
So when I say I don't work for eModels, it's true, I don't, because they let me see daylight once a day if I do work for them, so I'm not really earning money. They let me run around the car parks for some exercise.
Still think it was funny that day we all went up there and we kept saying to customers that come in, everything you see today is free.
Yep.
99%
of everything.
Yeah. He was having a fit, wasn't he? Bless him. He was like...
Yeah, I was like, if you spend 500 quid, you get it all free.
Yeah. It's like, please don't keep doing that. Yay!
So listen, you've got me, Colin and Tony in the same room. What did you think was going to happen?
Oh, it degenerated, didn't it? It really did plummet badly. It was like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure at one point he did say you said this was a good idea, getting this lot down together, but yeah.
If you are a retailer, try not to get me, Colin and Tony Fairclough in the same room at the same time. It's not going to do you any favours.
No.
It really isn't.
I think Pete aged 10 years that day.
Oh, yeah. And it wasn't just because I made terrible tea.
Oh, that was hilarious. That was. It was the thing was it was the whining that was coming from the tea room as he was making it. Oh, it's all too much to remember.
I don't make tea, yeah, because I like 16 different cups of tea with different requirements. I'm like, just why can't you all just drink coffee like normal people? Coffee's great. It's just the only variables are sugar or no sugar.
Yeah. Oh, mine was easy. Leave the tea bag in. Job done. It was funny.
Yeah.
The moaning and groaning coming from that room was, yeah.
It was also because I seemed to be the one that had to make all the brews for some reason as well, which is like, why am I doing this all the damn time?
Yeah, it was funny.
I'm like, how come I make such bad cups of tea and yet you keep getting me to do them? This isn't how this works.
He made the mistake of saying that his throat was dry and immediately 16 teacups went his way. It was like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then everybody was like kvetching, saying, you can't make tea. And I'm like, so why do you keep asking me to make the tea then? Oh, well,
yeah. Yes, because it saved us from doing it, basically.
So you'd rather drink my foul tea than...
Yeah, it wasn't great. But it was funny. It was entertainment value made it worth it.
Yes, I don't know.
It was the look on Chrissy's face when he took the first sip of his tea. It was like, yeah, you're really enjoying that, Chris, aren't you? And he's going, it's all right. And it's like, say it as it is. He was like, yeah.
It's not the worst thing I've ever put in my mouth, but...
Yeah, it was, yeah.
On reflection, mistakes were made.
Poor Chris.
At least my tea wasn't as bad as James makes coffee. That was terrible. It's like, how can you make a bad cup of coffee when it's instant coffee? All you have to add is milk and if necessary sugar. You can't do it wrong.
That is a special skill. I give him that.
Yeah, it's like you can make a bad cup of tea, but all you're doing is add the powder to the fluid, and that's it. There's no skill involved. But James, there was no skill involved, and James definitely had none of that skill.
It was, yeah, he kind of meekly brought it out, and it was like, yeah, no one is enjoying that. Yeah.
Yeah. He knew what he had wrought.
Oh, he knew what he'd done because he knew no one else would ask him to make one.
See, that's what I was trying to do. You don't realise that's what I was trying to do with the cup of tea, but everybody didn't like my tea, but kept asking me to make it.
Yeah,
so it's like,
but
damn it.
We kind of all just wanted to see you squirm. Spruer Glue says, Cole, have you made anyone else choke on their coffee yet? No, I'm saving that all up for you, David, mate.
Have I missed something here?
Yes. David was having a swig of coffee in the Zoom last night, and I may have said something, and he immediately choked on his tea. So yeah, it's like, yeah. As you know, I have a habit of saying things that stop people dead in their tracks, and it's like,
yeah, we usually find that out on a Monday show every now and then.
Yeah. Yeah. I try my hardest, honest, but yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if people will see, but I've tried, it won't be in focus, but I've tried adding some scratching to that bit of the...
Nice one. Yeah.
Bit of the sticky out bit there, the axle, the I don't know what that bit will be. It's the bit the wheel goes on. It's all right. It'll all disappear. It could be. That's probably what it is. Everybody needs a good axle mount.
Yeah, or you could call it the stub axle, whichever way you want to call it.
Ooh, sniffle. Just going to blow my nose. 1 sec.
Yeah, no worries. You carry on. I'll do a bit of chat. Everyone's saying hello to Ross. Hello, Ross. How you doing, mate? Welcome in. Says good evening.
There we go.
How you doing, mate? Everyone's saying hello to David and Ross. Spruer and Glue says 23 watching and only 15 thumbs. Wow. Yeah, I know. Marcy says, back in a while, I forgot my kid has a class night. I have to take him to campus. Oh, bless. Don't forget to pick him up, though, Marcy, because many days will go past and then he'll be discovered, abandoned, Yeah.
It's the kind of story you read about in the Daily Mail, if you're unfortunate enough to read the Daily Mail.
I done that once. I fell asleep on the armchair one Saturday evening or afternoon and forgot that I had to pick Helen and the boys up. And obviously it was that moment as I drove along and saw these three soaking wet figures stood there. Yeah.
It's that moment of like, I'm sure there's something I'm supposed to have done. Oh.
Yeah, and it was like,
It's that kind of pit of your stomach moment when you really get that, like you've been kicked in the gentleman's area.
Yeah, very nearly there. Well recovered. I'm going to give you that.
Well, it wouldn't have been a swear word, but yes, you get the idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of cold pit of the stomach feeling.
Yeah, and I was like, okay.
I'm going to sleep on the sofa tonight.
Yeah, I was like, all right, sorry about that. I may have nodded
I'll
off.
be sleeping.
Yeah.
I remember my mum told me once that she left me outside the shops in my pram.
Oh, really?
Like for like most of a day.
Yeah.
We had shops literally around the corner from our house. So she went round to, get something from the greengrocer's shop round the corner and just left me there.
I can
for most of the day.
Your mum looks back to that day and goes, I'm sure someone swapped that pram over.
Yeah. But the funny thing is, I'm like, well, hang on a minute. If you left me there most of the day, why did nobody pick up on the fact there was a pram outside all day? How come everybody else left me there all day as well? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. They probably took one look inside and went, yeah, he can stay there. Oh, that was cruel.
I don't want to hear that, do I?
It's all right.
Is it about me by any chance?
Yeah, I was being cruel. Poor Fox, bless him.
I don't.
But the thing is, if I didn't mock him, he would think that I'm not well.
I would. I'd be concerned. I'd be getting on. I'd be finding a number for H and getting her to get the special doctor out.
It'd be, dude, you're not mocking me. You're clearly unwell.
I'd be like, H, something's amiss here.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
What are we going? Jeff Light says, bet ear bending wasn't in it, Cole. Yeah, my ears are permanently bent, mate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, amount of times I reminded myself this morning, do not, under any circumstances, ring H to get her up, because she's off the rest of the week, and I may have done this the last time she was off. So
yeah, that was so funny, that.
Yeah, so I thought I was doing so well. Bang on time. All right, love, bang on time, not late tonight. So I've got to kill you. Why? I'm off work. Damn it. Unchance. I thought I had thoroughly redeemed myself and got back into the good books.
Baby, I hear the sofa calling.
Bless her
You
heart.
are your own worst enemy, though, aren't you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No way around it. There's no way around it.
She does despair, but in a way, she says it is funny. What she finds funny is me squirming, trying to wheedle my way out of the trouble that I've actually got myself in. That's what makes her giggle.
That's the one sort of compensation for the stuff you do, is that she does get to watch you suddenly go into panic mode when you realise what you've done.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she said it's the excuses that you try to come out with to try to redeem yourself, when really all you've got to do is go, I've done that. She said, and I wouldn't be bothered. She said, but it's the effort you put into your excuses and reasoning behind your excuses. So that's the skill.
It's like, yeah, but no.
I said, yeah, but a lot of effort and thought goes into that. She said, clearly it doesn't. She said, because I can see right through it.
A lot of thought and effort, a lot of thought goes into that. And she's like, who am I looking at? Yeah, okay, love.
Yeah, exactly. Just the fact you're home alone, shouldn't you still look to try to blame someone else? It's like, who else can it be? Right. Can I phone a friend?
Right, you are, love.
Yeah. And she does. She looks at Lex and goes, "Look at him squirm. Look at him squirm." And I'm like, "I'm not squirming." I went, "Yeah,
I'm
I
not
am."
squirming. I'm squirming.
All squirm mode engaged.
If squirming was an Olympic sport,
Yeah, I'd have had
You'd have all
every
the
gold medal, mate.
yeah, all of them.
Absolutely, mate. Oh, bless her. You hear her giggling next door.
What's she watching?
Now she could hear me because she's in the kitchen.
Oh, right, yeah.
She's other side of the door. So she can hear me. She can't hear, obviously, the show because of headphones, but she could hear me talking.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I could hear her giggling.
The moment you say anything like, right, you are, love, she knows what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah. It's A-level guilt, mate, isn't it?
It must. I've never actually experienced it, but it must be weird listening to one side of a live stream
Yeah.
without any context. I've never experienced it because I've never sat there with somebody else doing a live stream, but it must be weird hearing half a conversation.
Yeah. Yeah, but I can go to a restaurant with the wife and she will know the conversation that is going on the 6 tables surrounding us. And it's like, how do women do that?
I don't know.
It's a skill, isn't it? Because blokes, we don't know what they're talking to us about, let alone 4 or 5 tables up the way.
We barely know what we're actually talking about ourselves, never mind other people.
She'll go, "Oh, Amy, did you hear that? Yeah, what, love? Oh, so-and-so." And she sits there and she starts telling me everything that's going on. I said, "Who are you on about?" 3rd table along. And I'm like, how could you possibly... It's a skill.
Yeah.
She's like, "What would you know? You're a bloke. This is a girl's thing," she says. Women out there, she says, will know. They'll understand. I'm like, "Okay, love."
Yes, love, all right. All right, love. We just nod our head and rustle the paper.
Athol says, "Okay, check." She said, "Mary is en route home, so I'd best go and eat up her chili and rice that I'll keep back for dinner." No night, all. No night, mate. AJ says, "Sid was the main marketing strat for the British Gas share privatisation. Tell Sid how cheap the shares are. It got so popular, British Gas runs subsequent odds with the same strap line." There you go.
I'm adjusting my focus because I moved my camera. I think I'm in focus.
Hold up,
If I'm not in focus, folks, please do tell me so I can change it.
Hold up, let's stop what I'm doing. Yes, you're in focus, dear.
Oh, cool. Because I realised that the camera had moved and I was just like, I just moved the camera back. People were just watching like my thumb or something.
Yeah, but they can hear you.
That's true.
They can all hear you, dear. I'm sure your public are very pleased.
My public. I don't think so.
This is how the mockage starts, folks. Yeah, I'm going to do the whole of that. So let's get rid of that.
You can do the whole of that, Cole. You can do the whole of it.
Yeah. Get that off of there. Andy McLeish says, "Davod Beeblebrox." Yeah, that was it, Jiker, wasn't it?
Yeah. Two-headed bloke. Why did he say Zaphod Beeblebrox?
Because it said it in the chat.
No, what? Why did he say that, though?
I don't know. That would involve scrolling up.
Or is it just him being random as usual? I think?
Yeah, no, I'm shaking a pot of paint at the moment, so now that I've put it down, let's find out. Who was it that said it? McLeish.
Then it's McLeish.
No
There.
idea.
No reason at all. Yeah, it's McLeish. There you go. No reason at all.
No idea. McLeish says, "Yes, we can all hear him, but we wish the buzzing would stop." What buzzing?
What buzzing?
At the end of the day?
What buzzing?
What buzzing?
What buzzing? Yeah, it's buzzing, that film. Thanks. My computer fan? I don't know. Probably not.
No idea. I've got a fan on, but certainly doesn't buzz. It's the same fan that I have on every time I go live. So.
Mm.
Yeah, so yeah, you've got Fox thinking now about buzzing.
So it's like a ropey connection somewhere.
Don't know.
It's not like we've got microphones with 1/4-inch post office sort of jacks on, is it? We've got a USB, so I can't hear anything. Says Jeff Light. Oh, he said, I said it because I'm random, you absolute sprock.
Yeah, that's the Zay. Yeah, that's probably the Zapod bit.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. No idea, mate.
You've been weird.
Yeah.
Have you got your headphone, your speakers connected out properly, McLeish? Have you got a loose wire? Well, we know we've got a loose wire. We've known that for a long time, but there you go.
No one else can hear it. They're all saying in the chat. So I think it's just McLeish. He's been
Have you got
playing silly buggers.
Have you got brain worms, McLeish? Is that what it is? Is it the brain worms again? Hey, do you know what I saw a trailer for the other day?
What's that, mate?
A new video game.
Yeah, carry on, mate. I'm listening.
It's gonna. I was pausing for effect. It's gonna be bigger than Starfield.
Oh, is it?
It's gonna be the biggest game of the year.
Mm.
It's the Bluey video game.
Oh yeah, I sent you the link for that, didn't I, on the App Store?
You did.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah, I still haven't watched the cartoon yet.
No. You're cold and dark inside, aren't you? Your heart, cold, dead heart hasn't forced you to watch it yet.
Yeah, as Ellen says, I'm an emotionless husk even.
I like the word husk. It's such a great word.
Brilliant, isn't it? So brutal, but so funny.
Husk. You are a husk of a man.
Yeah.
Oh, for the love of slams head on desk, says McLeish. Can only hear my laptop fan buzzings. I think he's said something for silliness and everybody's now trying to figure out what the buzzing is. And he's like, oh, he's created a monster.
You should know this when you put something like that in chat. Us two are streamers, so we're going to start worrying that our audio and video's playing up, because I had it Sunday where people were complaining that they could hear some kind of noise, and it was like, yeah. So straight away we do start getting concerned. Yeah,
we start thinking, what could it be? But then everybody else in chat obviously always then dives in, saying, I can't hear it, I can't hear it, I can hear it. It's always quite funny. Oh, somebody outside just sneezed really loudly. I think they may have dropped a lung or something.
Oh, dear.
It sounded like it was several houses away, so that's a heck of a sneeze.
Yeah, that's a man's sneeze, is it? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, again. Wow.
Oh, nice.
I'd be surprised if it's actually been picked up on the microphone.
Probably.
It's a very good microphone.
Oh, they are. They really are good, these Yetis, I must admit.
Yeah.
Out of all the setup that I've got, I would say that was one of the best investments, the Yeti.
Yep, absolutely.
It is a game changer.
Mm-hmm. Always makes me sad, though, in my heart when you see somebody using Yeti and they're pointing the top of the microphone towards them.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's not...
Yeah.
That's
someone
not
didn't read the manual.
So why can't you... I don't know, this microphone, it's not very loud. Are you pointing it towards you? Yes.
Yeah.
McLeish just gave eModels £2.
Oh, nice one. Well done, Andy.
He says, Fox talking equals buzzing, mockage, erg. You had to spend money to...
Oh, bless you.
Do you know what's really funny, though? Do you know what's really, really funny?
What?
I kind of guessed that, but I thought I'd milk it a bit just to wind him up.
Yeah, it's got to be done.
So you've just been hoisted by your own petard, McLeish. I knew that's what he meant.
Of course you did.
I just wanted his chaos to cause chaos.
Absolutely. Of course you did. That's why you're a guru. Because you know all the things.
Can you imagine Tony Fairclough and McLeish in the same room?
Oh, that would be hilarious. I'll pay money for that.
I would pay money for that.
Yeah. I think McLeish would actually go, God, that guy's nuts. Welcome to our world, Andy. Yeah.
I don't know who would win. I honestly don't know who would win.
Oh, I think that would be a close run competition, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think, to be honest with you, Tony would probably concede defeat graciously and go and have a lay down.
Possibly. I mean, Tony has since been very domesticated, so.
Yes, he's like a reformed character, isn't he?
Yeah, because he's got his family now, and it's like,
yeah,
he's had to force himself to become all sensible and normal.
Dare I say it, at risk of the world stopping spinning?
Dare.
Tony's being all adult and grown up.
I think the world just stopped spinning.
Yeah.
Why am I floating?
Yeah. He's doing proper grown up, sensible, common sense maybe being used by Tony Fairclough.
Graham McRobert put a £5 super chat in. Thank you very much. Thank you. Do be aware, though, of course, this is a show for eModels. So if you put in super chats, then it goes to eModels. I'm sure they're very, very grateful.
Which basically means Fox, because he's got access to the YouTube.
No, I haven't got access to the bank account, though.
Yeah.
So do keep that in mind, just in case people don't realise.
Yeah.
McLeish says, Lewis. Lewis says, McLeish. Actually, I watched some of Tony's videos and he made me gut myself laughing, says McLeish.
Oh, yeah.
Tony's good. Double D Custom Builds in says, Fox, how are you? Been a long time. Yes, welcome back, D. Not seen you for quite a while. Not seen you posting in the old boom hut for a while.
Yeah, real life and all of that lot, innit? People have had stuff to deal with, there's been a lot going on in the world, isn't there?
Yeah.
Nice to see you in, buddy.
Yes. Welcome back.
Absolutely. A little bit of gold. I can't ever have enough gold.
Not in Warhammer, you can never have enough gold.
It just makes it pop, doesn't it?
It does surprise me there's no chapter of the Space Marines, apart from the Custodies, that actually have gold armour. The Custodies do, but I mean, like just the regular Space Marines.
Yeah.
Seeing as gold is such the big thing.
It is. It does pop up quite a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah. As much as I hate to have these words come out of my mouth, because I hate Ultramarines, I can't deny that the blue colour and the gold works really well together.
Yeah.
Downside, of course, it's Ultramarines.
Oh dear, we had a slight bit of lag in there.
Did we?
Yeah.
I thought it felt a bit warmer.
Yeah.
You see what I did there?
Yeah. I mean, we have got a storm going on down here at the moment, so it could be atmospherics. So hopefully it's not too troublesome for you.
Either that or it's all them beans you had last night.
Yeah. It was mushy peas last night. Oh.
Mushy peas! Mushy peas! Peas plus mush. Mushy peas. Ingredients, peas, mush.
Yeah, it was proper mushy peas night last night.
Yeah, mushy peas is always... Because I find peas so boring, but mush them up. Good God, they're fantastic.
Especially when you mush them in the mash.
Oh, mash mush.
Yeah.
I don't know why mushy peas... Like, peas just taste like water.
I like peas.
But I don't understand what makes mushy peas taste different. They taste more, I don't know, meaty and nice. They've got more flavour to them. They must add something to them.
I think they must add some kind of flavour into it, because it is quite a notable difference in taste, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's like I can get down with garden peas because they have a little bit of flavour, but the one I can't get is marrow fat peas. They've just got no flavour. They're so boring.
Yeah, bland as bland, didn't they?
It's like, here's a meal where all the solids are actually just made of water, but in solid, not ice form somehow. It's like, wow. I apologise for the sniffles, by the way.
Double D says, awesome detail on the tank. It looks awesome.
Thank you.
There you go, Fox. No, I think that's to you, mate.
Well, to you as well. To me, to you, to me. both of us.
Oh,
Slow process.
oh, it certainly is, mate. It certainly is.
Yeah. Made easier by this godhand tiny fine brush, available in store now at eModels.co.uk, your one-stop shop for e-model magazines.
Oh, you're good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do a bit of that first.
For those that don't know, eModels is now an official godhand retailer.
Yeah.
Was the first in the UK, actually the first in Europe, to be able to sell godhand products.
Very privileged position to be in.
Yes.
Bless them.
Which means you can now get godhand stuff without spending thousands of pounds on shipping from Japan or Korea, wherever you used to get it from.
Mm-hmm. It's not just the nippers they do, it's pretty much the entire godhand range. So
Yeah, I'll do all of it. Brushes, nippers, tools, things for bending electronic components, believe it or not.
yeah.
They're just called bending pliers. Strange enough.
Yeah.
An awesome saw that you can talk about.
Yeah, I will do in a sec. I've got a brush in my hand at the moment, but I'll dig it out in a sec and go through it. But yeah, it
No,
is.
you have to. Just
I will do because it's been mentioned. But yeah, there's a more detailed video coming up this week. So
also they got magnifiers and head magnifiers. Not that you magnify your head, of course.
yeah,
All kind of good stuff. Lots of brushes. Brushes are good. I need to blow my nose again. I do apologise for the sniffles. 1 sec.
yeah, no worries. But yeah, they do the saw, and as you know, those that watch my stuff know I like a good saw. It's got a extending blade like so. That's nice and flexible. Whoa, so you can do a bit of that. But also, you've got a spine that slides out, so you can retract the blade a little bit, slide the spine forward, and it becomes a fixed blade. Then you can do the sawing things. So yeah, I've really liked that. It's a handy little gadget. Nice bit of weight.
You're a handy little gadget.
Nice little bit of weight to it. And yeah, so there you go, folks. That is the godhand saw.
I shall be back in one moment, Cole.
Yeah, no worries. So yeah, that's what that is. Right, let's carry on now with me bit of painting because that's what I was doing. Pardon me. Andy says not been around much because of reasons. Yeah, I had a wee time out recently because I was scooted in to have a procedure, mate. So that's why we've not been on the last few Wednesdays. So apologies for that, folks, but we should now be back to our normal routine. So hopefully things will start returning as normal as it can be. So yeah. That's enough of that anyway. What am I doing, I hear you ask? I am doing all the detail on the rear end of the Baneblade, just starting going around doing me gold edging and then just coming back and picking out little bits of detail on the back. And then over the grey that's down, I shall start putting Nuln oil just to darken it down so it turns like a grey-black colour, almost like a NATO black. So that's what will happen with all of that. Then in there, you've got all the skulls, purity seals and stuff like that to do yet. So that's what I'm up to on there. Graham says, Andy, can understand, mate, good to see you. McLeish goes, oh, the saw. Yeah, so it is a really good saw, actually, Andy. There is a video coming out tail end of this week on it. So we're doing a bit of catch-up on all me filming now that I'm back at my bench. So keep an eye out for those, folks. They'll be coming up on this channel. You'll be able to see those. Also coming up is going to be the full video series on the Yamaha 10 Air Harry Dakar bike. It's a 1/9 scale machine. So there's going to be the build up of that, the painting, and then a bit of weathering on it. So that will be coming up on the channel. Part 1 of that hopefully will be up by the weekend.
I'm back.
He's back, folks. There you go. So yeah, hopefully that will be up by the weekend for you all. So I think all right.
Yeah, she's fine. Just keeping her top.
Oh, that's all right, mate. As long as she's all right, I'm happy. Right, a bit of retributor along there.
That's a really nice gold.
It is, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
Don't like a bit of retro right there. Yes, Jeff. He says, is the God Hand saw any good for cutting resin parts from the sprues, etc.? Yes, it is. Obviously, when you're cutting resin, folks do wear your respirator still.
Yeah.
But yeah. Also, if you're cutting resin, I'm going for it now.
Do it.
Yeah, I'm going for it now. Bear in mind
Do
also. Wow.
He's channeling QVC. Make the most of it. McLeish says he still can't figure out how to type a lateral lisp. Lateral lisp. Like and subscribe. I don't know how you would type a lateral lisp. Like and subscribe.
Loads of P's and H's in front of everything you say, isn't it?
Well, it's like a... I don't know how... There's probably a little symbol in typography.
If you are sanding your resin, why not use your box? Oh,
get your box out.
It'll stop all the pingage and everything. So yes, folks, there's a video for that coming up as well.
It's not often Colin gets his box out live on the internet, but...
Yeah, so... Yeah, but yeah, it is good for cutting them up, cutting bits off resin. I've used it for my 3D prints to trim some of the edges on resin there. Perfectly fine, mate. Oh, yeah, go for it. Does what it says on the tin, mate.
Does what it says on the tin.
A very, very useful implement.
You're an implement.
I'm made of implements. What was I doing? That was it. I was doing a bit of that round his back there. Yeah, I know. I had to just think there.
I instantly knew by that sudden pause. I was like, yeah, I know where you're working.
Yeah, it was like, yeah. Cheers, mate.
Got you covered, buddy.
Yeah, I must put a new post-it up. Mind you, it's been long enough. Been doing it enough years now. You think I'd know by now, wouldn't you? Bearing in mind a lot of my factoid mess-ups, I've had the post-it note on display, so it's really worked well, hasn't it? So,
Yeah. Well, to be fair, though, for them, a lot of it is just the way you mispronounce something and it just sounds like a rude word, rather than actually just saying a rude word.
Yeah.
Which is more funny, so we let you off those.
Yeah, apologies to anyone that does get offended, but hey, you know.
I use a face mask and damp kitchen towel to reduce the chance of dust, says Jeff. Yeah, as long as you've got some sort of mask of some sort. That's the beauty. Like with paints, you need a respirator. With resin dust, even a face mask, if it's actually a respirator, as long as it's some sort of mask to stop you breathing in the fine particles of dust.
Yeah.
And a damp surface that can collect it.
You will get resin cough. Believe you me, it will happen.
Oh, yeah. The funny thing is, I remember I was doing something and I was building some Deathcore Krieg. And it was literally, I thought, I've only got to sand this one little bit on this dude for like 5 minutes of sanding. So I just thought, I'm not going to get the mask out. I just did it. And I swear, like an hour later, I had this rattly cough. And it's like, I did so little.
Yeah.
But it
doesn't take much, mate.
No.
It really doesn't take much.
No.
Makes me cringe when I see people sanding resin without a mask on.
Yeah, I mean, technically we should use it for plastic as well, but I don't know why we don't.
Yeah.
I think maybe plastic's, I don't know, heavier. I don't know. We probably should.
Yeah.
I certainly know that when I've been doing a lot of sanding on a build and plastic after the day, I'm like, yeah, I should have worn a mask.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I know, it's one of them. If I know I'm going to be doing a fair old bit, then yeah, the mask will come out.
Yeah, but with dust and stuff, even a simple face mask is fine.
Yeah,
if you've not got a respirator, don't panic too much. But if you're using paints and solvents and things, that's when you want a proper respirator. But yeah, wet sanding is also a great idea with resin.
Yeah, I have various cloths that I have down, and I'll always have a nice damp cloth with the resin on top of it, just so that the dust falls down and it doesn't then float up again. So,
my name's Festa. I have various cloths.
Yeah.
Live on the stage, Festa and his various cloths.
Yeah.
Extravaganza. Earl says those brass jewellery beads are the best Zaku beads ever. They are also mini Zaku boosters.
Oh, right,
yes, if you ever built a Zaku with its little, it's got all this piping around its head and stuff that's got these plastic segments that I call Zaku beads.
Oh, right,
you can replace them with jewellery beads and stuff quite nicely. La, 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 la. Right, so far today, it's been what, hour and a half almost. And I have done the grey chipping on this bit here, that bit there, and that bit. And a little bit on there.
Oh, you're going all out then.
That's an hour and a half. I've got all of that to do, and all the accessories. I've done the turret and all the accessories.
Yeah. Yes, some off-air chipping will be required, won't it?
Yeah, I say that, but then I never get around to it because other things happen. And
you
next
go
week
into
I'll be like,
CBA mode.
No, it's not that. It's I go into, here's a load of other things you need to do at the same time. I'm like, oh, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Because trust me, I like sitting there because I've got I've got audiobooks I can listen to.
Yeah.
I've got both of Irving Finkel's books on ancient Assyria, which are fast. I've listened to one of them loads of times. I could listen to him all day. So I'm more than happy to sit and listen to Irving Finkel telling me about cuneiform tablets. And
what we need is Candygram for Mongo to do an audio book.
Yeah.
Could you imagine Jeff doing Cosmos? Oh.
Jeff, we need you to record the Demon Haunted World.
Yeah.
And also, if you could record an audiobook of Cosmos, because the actual audiobook of Cosmos, I think a lot of it is Andrian who's reading it out because he died at that point, and it's like she's not got the most relaxing of voices, bless her. So,
yeah, it would be good.
I don't think he actually did an audiobook of the Demon Haunted World, which is a very good book. That's the shame, you see. He'd gone before he got a chance to record all these things. So imagine if he'd still been around, all the audiobooks of Carl Sagan. Oh.
Yeah, it's a shame, isn't it? It was a sad loss. To be honest with you.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, legend gets touted away around so often even. Where he's concerned, yeah, he was.
Like, imagine, it's like Richard Feynman. Imagine an audiobook read by Richard Feynman. Oh.
Yeah.
That'd be fantastic.
Brian Blessed.
Broad, cheerful New York twinge to his accent.
Yeah, Brian Blessed would be good.
He's bizarrely, he actually appears as a character in a number of Warhammer audiobooks.
Does he really?
He plays I think, you know those little dudes you've got, the little sort of steampunk dwarf dudes.
Oh right, yeah.
Whatever they're called,
Gringost or whatever they're called. Or,
I think
know the ones you mean.
I think he plays one of them.
Yeah.
Or certainly he plays a dwarf character, like a beardy type shouty dwarf.
Yeah.
Jeff says, I'm honoured. What a dream job that would be.
Oh, yeah, that'd be brilliant, Jeff.
Oh, he needs a microphone, dude.
I'd buy it. Jeff doing a sat-nav voice would be good as well, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that'd be good.
Oh, ladder was determined to come back off. There you go. It's off now.
If anybody out there is into history and stuff, and you want a good audio book, I do recommend The First Ghosts by Irving Finkel. He is a delight to listen to. He is adorable. He's this old assistant curator of Assyriology at British Museum. He's got the enormous beard and the wild hair, and he's the most British person you can imagine, and he's totally adorable. You want to take him home and adopt him. He's so lovely. Yeah. And he's actually quite funny as well.
It's got the proper mad scientist look off to a T then.
Yeah. Oh, well, no, it's not so much that. It's more just like the crusty old archivist type in a museum.
Yeah.
He said in an interview once, he said, when I was a child, I decided, I said, we used to come to the British Museum even on days when it wasn't raining.
Oh, right, yeah.
And he said, and I knew from a very young age I wanted to be a curator here at the museum, and I shall be here for another 500 years.
The Bobbins says, I went to an audience with Brian Blessed once. Funniest 2 hours of my life. Yeah, I can remember Graham Norton when he was on there, saying about Brian Blessed being known for his slightly fruity language.
Oh, yeah.
And he said, you've got 1 minute, he said, to say as many as you can. And it was the funniest 1 minute of TV. Yeah.
What was it? I saw a program. It was a science program. And they were looking at this study. I think it might have been Click. Anyway, it was looking at this study that had basically scientists had done some research into whether swearing actually works, if it actually has an effect in reducing pain. Because you were saying, because of just swearing violently and shouting a lot actually helps to psychologically reduce pain a little bit.
Yeah.
So they got Brian Blessed in. So, get Brian Blessed, put his hand in a big fish tank full of icy cold water.
Yeah.
And do it first with no swearing and see how long you last, and then do it second and just swear as much as you can, as loudly as you can.
Yeah.
And of course, watching it where he puts his hand in and he can swear was so funny.
Yeah.
And he actually lasted longer as well. He said it was weird. It didn't feel as bad because I was swearing.
Honestly, if anyone should get a knighthood, it should be Brian Blessed.
Oh, God, yeah.
Because he does so much for charity of things. And I think he's probably one of the most underappreciated celebrities we've had. And
he is like what the Japanese would call, the Koreans would call, a national living treasure.
He is, and I don't know why he's not had one. Perhaps he's been offered one and turned it down. I don't know. But
could be. He has that Bolshy streak, doesn't he?
Yeah, if anyone should be knighted, it's that guy. Because, yeah.
Bless him. He's in his 80s now, I think. And whenever they talk about, I think he was on like one of the morning shows, and it's like, would you like to go to the interviewer? Some, vapid woman on the couch says to him, would you like to go to space, Brian? And she instantly regretted that question because he was just off on one then for like 10 minutes about how he wants to go to space. He was like, yeah, you regret asking that question now.
He wants his ashes in space, doesn't he? Is that him that wants that?
He physically wants to go to space in a spaceship live. He said, I've been to the top of Everest and I've eaten volcanoes. I'm going to go to space. Do it now.
Yeah.
He shouted at Brian Cox on a recording of The Infinite Monkey Cage.
Yeah.
When they were talking about like space and Mars, and Brian Blessed was one of the guests. And he was just like, Brian, why haven't we gone to Mars? And then he started railing off at Brian Cox. And Brian Cox is like, I'm a physicist. I don't do space travel.
Yeah, it's like, why are you having to go at me? It's like, but
he really was. He was like, why haven't we gone?
Yeah, absolute legend. He really is.
I've got to try and be careful here and do less chipping up at the top of the tank, otherwise it looks a bit weird.
Apparently he's a really nice person to meet as well. He's not pretentious and up himself. No. He's literally just like us. And apparently he is an absolute pleasure to meet.
Yeah, I've seen him doing interviews and stuff, and it's like you just get the impression he's just absolutely fantastic.
There's not many celebrities that you can say that about, is there? They say be careful or never want or wish to meet your ideal celebrity, because when you meet them, you'll be disappointed. But he's one of those that apparently he is an absolute pleasure to meet. So.
Well, there was a documentary I watched about the making of I, Claudius, and he spent the entire time of his doing interview like just praising the other actors and actresses so much. Like, you know, he didn't blow smoke up his own backside. He was singing the virtues of all the other actors and actresses.
Yeah. Oh, JC's in saying hello. Hello, James. How you doing, mate?
He must have just posted in the work group then.
Yeah.
He just posted pictures up then.
He's just posted pictures up for Sunday last week.
See what I did there?
I did. James takes it well. He likes being mocked.
James knows.
He would be lost if we didn't mock him.
He knows what he did.
So, yeah. What you got planned for the rest of the week, folks? What's your agenda for the rest of the week?
What are you going to be up to? I myself have some work to do for the fine folks at eModels.
Yeah.
Some website work, some back-end work.
That's pretty much what the rest of my week is, catching up with me filming for eModels and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Get them all
something
posted.
just landed on my bench and flew off again. Oh no! Hello. It's like a molecule with wings. It's there. It's tiny.
Crane fly.
No, it's like a tiny little molecule. Come, go away. I don't want to squash you. Go on, go away.
Please be a crane fly. It's hilarious.
No, it was like a tiniest little black dot of molecule with wings. And it keeps landing on my workbench, but I don't want to squish it. It's there. I don't know if you can see it. It's like
not at the moment because I'm detail painting.
No, I don't mean anybody. It's probably not even on camera because it's so small. It's like a pixel. Go away. I don't want to squish you. Yes, I had the other day, for the first time in quite a few years, actually. Yeah. My nightmare came true. There was a crane fly in the house. But I was in the middle of getting Mama Wolf up, you see, and I couldn't just run out of the house flailing my arms and demanding somebody burn the house down. So I had to grow a pair and just get a big glass and catch it and throw it out.
And then he proceeded to message me. Tell me all about it.
Yeah, without actually, throwing up or maybe pooping myself. It was not fun. They just give me the willies, those things. I really can't stand them.
Yeah, you're not a fan, are you?
They just go extinct is what they need to do. But it was lucky because it's like, it was just on the wall, and I thought if that had been flying around while I was trying to get to sleep last night, I would have just been like a wreck.
Yeah.
Or if I'd been sat there on the computer and it had flown in front of me, I would have just, set the house on fire. And that wouldn't have been a good thing.
No.
Not least because I'm pretty sure the insurance doesn't cover burning the house down because of crane fly.
Yeah. Princess running around flailing arms setting fire to the house isn't in your insurance policy small print, is it, mate?
Reason for the fire, involuntary Kermit flail. I don't think that actually works.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure they'll appreciate that, wouldn't they?
Mm-hmm. But to be fair, it's the first one we've had in a good few years, which I'm grateful about.
Have you always had issue with them things, or is it just a recent thing?
No, I don't know why, though. It's like spiders is like, oh, it's a spider, but I'll just go, just get annoyed and throw it out. And I don't want there to be a spider in the room while I'm there. I want to throw it out. But it's not like I'm sweating cobs and getting the heebie-jeebies. Yeah. But with crane flies, I just get instant heebie-jeebies and get that nauseous feeling in my stomach and I have to just run away like a child.
I think it's because they're fluttery and fly at you, don't they? They're just like...
Yeah, it's because they've got no sense of ability to control where they go. I don't know why. I really don't know why.
Yeah.
It's not the legs or anything, because I don't get heaved out by like cellar spiders, which we seem to have a lot of recently in the last year. So they're all legs. Throw them out, no problem. It's very weird. I don't know where it's come from.
It is weird, isn't it? Some of the little things that can bother you.
Yeah.
Have any of you in the chat got insect phobia? That, you know, certain ones that you don't. Yeah, certain ones. You know, what phobias do you have? You know, what things set you off?
Yeah, it's like if there's a spider in the room, I'm not going to run out of the room screaming and like just shut the door and hope it dies before I go back in the room. I'll be like, oh, I'll go and get the glass, shall I? Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of them, but purely and simply because they fly at you. They always seem to fly at your face, don't they? And it's like, oh, go away. You've got a big planet out there with loads of space, and you've got, you know, all of that to fly around with. Why do you want to get right up under my bugle? You know, so I find them an irritant and not necessarily a phobia, but
I have discovered the perfect tool for spiders, though. I shall show you. It might be too big to put on camera, but it's the perfect spider catching tool, or assistance of spider catching. I call it. Oh, hang on! I've got a brush on the floor.
Calls it a tool. There you go.
I call it Mama Wolf's patented fluffy persuader.
Oh, good shout.
It's a big dusty thing, and it's telescopic. It goes to about 6 foot.
Yeah.
Now what I do is I don't hurt the spiders. I've never hurt the spider. But I've discovered there's like, if you go up, if the ceiling above our stairs is about 100 foot in the air, you can never catch a spider up there. But what I can do is I can use the fluffy persuader to just like get close to the spider, and it'll run for a little bit, and you can just kind of shepherd it.
Yeah.
You can nudge it in the right direction. And because they only run in little spurts, you can kind of control where it goes. So you can get it down to where you can reach it, and then you can catch it.
Yeah.
Since I started using that, it's just brilliant.
Happy days.
It's the best thing ever. I've learned how predictable house spiders are.
Oh, you're
They
good.
really are. They just run in little bits. So you can say, go that way, now go left, now go right, now go left. There you go. And I can catch you.
You've done a learnings.
Now, if it's a house spider, if it's one of those little round black things that we seem to have as well, they just run for about an hour. They're just gone. Forget it.
Yeah.
We're getting there, slowly but slow. Well, I was about to say I've made lots of progress, and I realised I'm only doing the grey bits at the moment. I've got all the sand stuff to do yet.
Proud of you, mate.
Yeah, but except the grey stripes are about 30%.
Double D Customs says, I'm afraid of fish. Fishophobia. Bobbin says wasps must die. Jeff Light, wasps and hornets, as does LD. Yeah. Double D says, I've got a wasp nest under me window that I have to get rid of. Yeah, I'm not a fan of wasps, I must admit.
Well, things like wasps and stuff, that's understandable because they hurt and they sting and they're aggressive and they cause you pain. So, but things like daddy long-legged crane fly, nobody cares about crane flies. They don't do any harm. But yet, here we are. I knew someone that was afraid of mushrooms. That was really weird.
I worked with a guy that was had a phobia on buttons.
Yeah. I think there's one called triskaidekaphobia, I think, which is fear of holes.
Yeah, I'd never heard of anyone having a button phobia. I found it fascinating. No. You know,
that's weird, isn't it? Yeah, that's a strange one.
Yeah, it was really a problem for him.
I was watching one of the deep sea exploration videos where they have the submersibles with the live cameras, and they look at this beautiful glass sponge at the bottom of the sea, which is about 10 foot across, and it's like Swiss cheese. It's just full of these holes, and one of the guys in the command module was like, he was there and he was like saying, I can't look at this, and he was like, why? And he said, because I've got this, whatever that phobia is, I can't, holes and all those holes that go into it, and I'm gonna have to step outside from he said, wow. I can't look at it.
Isn't that odd?
Yeah. That might not be the right. I vaguely remember it's something like triskaidekaphobia or something like that.
Oh, right, yeah.
Fear of it might be wrong. That might be something else. That could be bridges. I'm not sure. But, like, that's just the weird nature of the human brain, is that sometimes the phobias are completely irrational.
Yeah, that is the thing, isn't it? It is surprising the things that people can have a phobia for.
Oh, yeah.
Because, you know, at the end of the day, it can be a very controlling thing, can't it, to have that sort of phobia? So,
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
you know, there are people, their whole life is controlled by that particular phobia. It's,
Yeah. I mean, if you've got, like, an absolute abject fear of spiders and you're in fits every time you see one, then your life's a nightmare, because you always see spiders in the house.
yeah, mine's the dentist.
Yeah.
That's my one, and literally I'm all right. I go in, I sit down, but the minute I hear that drill, that's it. I've got to go. So yeah, and it is an absolute nightmare for H.
So the trick is to get you in there with some headphones on until you get you in the chair.
Yeah. She just says, yeah, put your playlist on. But it is. I do get myself all hot and bothered and proper in a state, you know, and it's like, yeah. And it's silly. It really is. I know it is, but...
Well, not really, because, again, it's a fear of something that causes you pain and discomfort.
Yeah, and it is.
Which makes sense.
Bugs the bejesus out of me, because every time I come out, I'm like, well, that wasn't so bad. After all, I should be all right next time. Nah.
No chance.
So, yeah, it does get me every time, and... Yeah.
But again, that's just a fear of something that's going to hurt you. So I say that makes more sense than fear of, I don't know, mushrooms.
I don't like the ferreting and fettling they do in your gob. I just find it invasive, you know, and it just bothers me. It really does.
When I had a couple of teeth out, I hadn't been to the dentist for, you know, I don't know, about 10 or 11 years.
Yeah.
I used to have a dentist myself, but then at the time I lost my job and I couldn't afford the monthly payments, and so I got back into it. But I had to admit, and I was like, you know, I'm not fussed by dentists. It's not going to hurt because they'll give me painkillers and stuff. Yeah. I was more just like, oh, it's going to be a pain in the bum afterwards when I've got to fart around with my stuff in my mouth. But I had no memory of actually having an extraction, because the last time I had a tooth out, I was a little kid.
Yeah.
Of course, in those days, you just gave you gas and you were zonked.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there, and if I'm honest now, I'm not afraid of the dentist. I'm not afraid of, like, you know, having teeth out or anything, because it doesn't hurt. I'm not bothered by the injections at all.
Yeah.
It's just a little jab and then it goes away. But the one thing I didn't like, the two things I didn't like, well, it was the crunchy noise in my head.
Yeah.
And that kind of feeling of something being crunched and it wasn't horrible. It wouldn't put me off doing it, but I was gripping the chair a bit just with the feeling of something being.
Well, they sit there and they're like, "Can you open up?" Yeah, no worries. Can you open up wider? It's like, if I go any wider, I'm going to have a hinge on my jaw. You know what I mean? But,
yeah.
And they still want to try to go a bit more. And I had the clamp put in last time. And they wound that up. And he really wound that up tight to the point my sides of my jaw were caning. And that bugged me. It's like, no, you've done that on purpose, mate. There's no need for that. So I may have grabbed him. And like, yeah, we're not going to hurt each other type thing, you know what I mean? But it bothers me like that. Now, I know I've got an extraction to come up on several teeth, but I just, every time I book an appointment and make it, I just can't go through with it. It's pathetic.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, it's an understandable phobia, say, as opposed to something like crane flies.
Yeah, it's daft. It really is.
There's an understandable reason why you'd be afraid of something that could potentially cause you pain and discomfort.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't say I was scared of it now, but it's that feeling of having the tooth pulled out was gross.
Yeah, it's just ferreting about with your pearlies, isn't it? It's just like, I've had enough of that now.
But at the same time, I sat there and it was two of my back teeth, and it was so quick and effectively so painless. I mean, the worst was that I had to have that bit of stuff in the mouth and clamp down on it for a couple of hours. And I couldn't sleep lying down for a couple of days. But it's like, that was so easy and so painless and so cheap. when people get like a cavity or a whatever in the back of the teeth at the back of the mouth, why do they bother with all these root canals? Just have the thing taken out.
Yeah, that's it. You know, it's like I've got 2 fillings, and the 2 fillings I've got, the teeth are breaking apart, and it's like, well, just get rid of them. Don't faff about them. I don't want a root canal. I don't want none of that. I want it gone. But they argue with you. They're like, oh, if we do this, look, I just want it pulled out, mate. Otherwise, I'm going to go home and get me pliers.
Yeah, because I was sitting there and thinking, if I had like a thing now where I had a big, like, painful thing, even if the tooth was relatively healthy, it's like, all you're doing is putting it off. If it's at the back, just take it out.
Yeah, you're putting off the inevitable, and it's like, just get rid of it.
If it's a customer-facing tooth, in the front of your mouth, you might want to do something about that one. But if it's just a...
Chuckles says he doesn't like the needles at the hospital, the cannulas and that. Yeah. A lot of people don't like them.
Yeah. It's funny, I'm not bothered by injections and stuff.
Nah, don't worry, mate.
But, and I know it doesn't hurt, but that when you go and like take your blood for a test, or you give blood, and it's that initial little bzz, and you sit there and you kind of steel yourself for a horrendous pain and go, oh, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah. How could I be afraid of needles? Yeah.
Well, yeah. No, my nemesis is the glaucoma test at the optician.
Yeah, you struggle with a puff of air. Now, see, I don't mind that. I just dusted.
I have to explain to the optician that when they do the puff of air test, I will jump in the air and squeal like a schoolgirl.
Yeah.
So just make sure that everybody in the rest
You're
of the
not alone.
opticians...
H hates that, the puff of air.
Yeah.
But then
it's just, I can't...
She really struggles with injections and blood tests. If someone's not with her, she will pass out. She's just gone.
Yeah.
You know, when I have all my stuff done, she has to leave the room because it does affect her.
It's not that I find it painful. It's just that I can't stop myself going, and jumping in the air and like my whole body just going,
Yeah, H's phobia's veins, believe it or not. If you was to walk up to her and press the vein on the back of her hand, that's it. She's flailing around like you with crane flies, mate. She's terrible.
The one thing my thing is bones.
Really?
Yeah, it's like I can look at the most goriest, nastiest stuff and not be bothered at all.
Yeah.
Because I've always had a fascination with biology and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I used to enjoy doing like dissections and stuff at secondary school. We used to dissect rats and things because it was fascinating to look at how the body worked and how how organs work and stuff. But the thing for me is bones. You can show me the worst picture of somebody in the world and I'll be fine. But if you show me somebody with a broken leg, I'll be like,
Really? That's surprising.
Yeah. And if I watch a video where somebody, say, is walking along and they either fall on their feet or they fall on their knees or they just fall to the ground, I get like a cold shiver through me because I think, not because of any other reason than there's bones involved in this.
Yeah, so I broke long bones. I had a compound fracture on my lower right leg and but no, it's one of them. The only other one that gave me the heebie-jeebies is I have MS, as it's well known. I have the deep brain and spine scan MRIs done, and then you go to see your neurologist, and they go through all the results with you and stuff. And I always find it a little creepy looking at my own brain. How weird is that?
The funny thing is, though, it's not that weird. I'd love.
It's fascinating.
I listened to the Skeptic's Guide to the Universe, and one of the hosts on there, Jay, is grossed out by the fact that the human brain pulsates.
Yeah.
He's like, nope, not accepting that.
No, it does. It pulsates with your heartbeat.
And he's like, no, I don't accept that. It's all lies.
Yeah.
And the thing is, although I don't like bones, they freak me out. I would pay good money if I had the money. I would pay to be scanned so that I could have a high-resolution 3D print of my skeleton made.
Yeah.
So I can have my own skeleton hanging up to look at. Because nobody, unless I'm somehow given to science and then my skeleton is preserved, no human being alive will ever see my skeleton, not even me.
Unless you donate your body to Gunter Hagens and get plastinated, of course.
That's true. Yeah. So, but it's like, I don't like the idea that there's a bit of my body that I can't see.
I always get fascinated when they do the MRIs because I get to see all my metal. That's fun.
Oh, yeah.
That's always good fun.
Actually, that's a point. I wonder how... I suddenly realised, talking about MRIs the other day, that a few months ago when Mama Wolf had to have an MRI, I thought, I can't have an MRI because I've got a metal filling.
Yes, you can. I have MRI scans and I've got fusions, plates and everything all around my body. They calibrate the machine.
Ah, I thought you weren't supposed to have if you've got anything metal in your stuff.
No, they ask you to fill out the questionnaire of metal and then they calibrate it.
Ah, because I did wonder, because there's like so many people who grew up in the 60s and 70s will have metal fillings.
Yeah, because I had my
like,
deep...
how can they do anybody?
I had my deep spine MRIs and I got 2 big steel rods going up my back. So, yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Because I did wonder, it's like, surely that makes 90% of the population can't be MRI'd.
No, that's why they give you that questionnaire when you go in. Do you have any metal implants, pacemakers, things of that nature?
I've never had one, so I did not know this.
Yeah, otherwise, I'd be pretty annoyed if they couldn't, because,
Yeah.
But no, I've still got my metal in me and they MRI me quite happily. So... I think it depends on what the metal is, because some of the metal is highly magnetic, whereas modern stuff's all titanium and stuff like that, and alloys, which isn't. So
yeah, if it's non-ferromagnetic, it's probably fine.
Yeah, so the only one that causes me a problem is me collarbones, because they were done years ago.
They're made out of iron, pig iron from the foundry.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go and change my water, because then I'll clean my brushes
change your
before we
water,
finish.
mate, and then I can get me pot of paint then, mate,
I'll be
and clean
2
your
ticks.
brushes. Yes, dear.
Oh, because I'll clean my brushes as well.
He's going to be 2 ticks, folks. Yeah, go. There it is, right there in front of me. I want a bit of that, bit of titanium gold, just to see what that comes up with. McLeish says, yeah, I've been in an MRI and told them about the metal fillings in my teeth. Yeah, as long as you let them know, mate. It's not a problem. But I wear a thing round my neck that's got all me implants and everything written down in it, just in case I'm ever admitted, and yeah. But
I've learned over the years to clean my brushes at the end of a live stream, otherwise they'll sit there for a week and I won't do it.
Yeah, it's not worth it, mate. You got to clean them, because
Yeah. So I force myself by doing it during the live stream.
Yeah. Like I say, I've just got a little bit to put on there, and then I can give mine a good dung out.
You're still doing your metallic bits?
Yeah, I'm just using one of the panels as a test bed at the moment. I'll probably go back over it all with AN colour, but I just want to see what floats me boat. So that's how I tend to do it.
It's quite tricky cleaning tiny brushes, because you're supposed to rummage the soap around in the brush, but they're so tiny they don't do much of a rummage.
Yeah, the soap don't always get in a free bristle brush, does it?
No. So I have to use my big brush first. I broke and dislocated my right ankle a year ago, says Chuckles.
Oh, really?
Whenever I see your name, Chuckles, as somebody who played Destiny back in the day when Destiny 1 came out, all I can hear is, that wizard didn't come from the moon. Oh no, that wizard came from the moon. That wizard came from the moon. Jeff says, oh, that's an awesome idea. I'd love to have a high-quality 3D resin print of my own skull to put on my desk. I'd love my whole skeleton. It'd be amazing.
Would be cool.
Because it always amazes me. Like, you look at when you see like skeletons in displays, like actual human skeletons in museums and stuff, or in science museums, or we had one in our biology class. It was a real human skeleton. And you look at it and you think, that person was alive and had dreams and thoughts and experiences and family and relatives and everything.
Yeah.
And you think, and yet thousands of people have looked at this part of their body that they never ever saw.
Yeah, that's what I found fascinating when I went to the Body Worlds exhibition, because it's where people had donated their bodies to be plastinated. And like you say, you're looking at a real human cadaver. And you sit there and you think, that was a living, thinking person, but it is fascinating, the human body. It's always fascinated me, anatomy and all of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not in a serial killer kind of a way, but in a scientific, interesting kind of way. I just want to clarify that.
I was about to say the same thing. Yeah, not in a kind of like weird, going to go out and start killing small animals way.
Yeah.
But no, just in a mechanical, biological way. I actually enjoyed biology. I was thinking about this the other day, actually, because I had one of those moments where, you did something many, many years ago, and then like 40 years later, you go, wait a minute, I really did that.
Yes.
And it was like, I sat there and I was reading something, and it suddenly occurred to me that, like, in my lifetime, I dissected rats in a biology class in school. It's like, how insane is that? They don't do that nowadays.
I don't know. Do they not do the dissection classes now?
No, I don't think they're doing. Not in secondary school.
Yeah.
I don't think. But it's like, that was fascinating. Just like, basically taking it apart like a Lego set and finding out all the bits and how it works and stuff. It's fascinating. Not gruesome at all. But I'd love my own skeleton, because that's something I'll never ever see, because I won't be alive.
Yeah, Retro's got a good question. He says, the real question is, where does the energy that powers a living thing go upon death?
Entropy. It returns to the universe.
It is. It's fascinating, isn't it?
It doesn't actually go anywhere, technically, because the energy of any atom or cell, the atoms are still there and they still contain the same energy. It's just the molecules that you're made of break down.
Yeah.
Some of them are eaten by other things and fuel their energies. The energy goes to the creature that eats your remains, or it goes into the ground as chemicals, which then act to feed plants. But on the atomic level, the energy is never lost. It's the laws of thermodynamics. Energy is never lost; it's just transferred. So
it's one of them questions, isn't it? We all sit there and think, what happens when your time comes? Surely this can't be it, But
it's for me. It's more getting my brain around the fact that how will I not perceive anything?
Yes, and how can you not be aware? And that's all. But then you've only got to look at the fact that you go to sleep every night, and when you're in a deep sleep, you're not aware.
No, I mean, that's why sleep's also sometimes known as little death.
Yes,
because when you're asleep, the conscious part of you just goes off.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you drop off the twig, all of your brain goes off. But it's like, the bit you're not dreaming, you've got no obvious idea.
I know, it's weird, isn't it? It's a little bit uncouth, isn't it? It's like, oh.
Yeah, trying to get your brain around the idea of things are still happening once you've died. Your brain, things are still happening, people carry on, and it's like, but... the world carries on without you, doesn't it? Type thing, and it's like, so... And then I think, well, hang on, what it will be like? It will be like the previous 14.2 billion years before I existed. None of it will have happened. Now I've experienced
it. But it's one of those as well. Part of you just wishes you could teleport 300 years ahead just to see what actually happens, what's going on. Have a little look around. Oh, what's over there? Let's have a looky-loo, because I mean, that's the thing with me. I'm not afraid of death, but I'm saddened by the knowledge of all the things I'll never find out about or experience or be around to witness. Yeah. And especially now at this particular point in history where so many good things are on the horizon, it's like, I'll never see all that. Oh. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be a technological explosion. But then when you think in our lifetime, you look at what we've seen. Man going to the moon. PCs, mobile phones, CDs, all of that. There's been a hell of a lot of innovation in our lifetime, and it's only 50, 55, 56 years in my case.
Yeah.
But you look at the last 100, 200 years, Industrial Revolution and all of that lot, it's phenomenal, isn't it?
I mean, that'd be the boring bit, though. It's like, I'm kind of glad that I was born after the boring stuff, like the Industrial Revolution.
Yeah.
Because that's boring. But I'm kind of sad that I was born at the beginning of all the interesting stuff now.
Well, when you think you've got the whole AI thing going to become a thing, and I just want to see how travel, flight, population, the world, I just want to have a walk around or a float around or what, just have a look at what advances have advanced. You know, it would be fascinating to be able to do that.
On the other hand, of course, you could say you're born at the perfect time to see the start of all the good stuff, but miss all the end of the world stuff that might happen if climate goes down and everything else goes wrong.
The Cyberdyne Systems bit where...
So we might have been born at actually really good time to see the start of it, but not have to witness the terrible end.
Exactly. That.
Yeah.
But there
anyway,
you go.
I think we're...
we're going to leave you with that thought to ponder, folks.
Went deep there, didn't we?
Yeah, we've done a little bit more on the Baneblades. I've done a bit of panel washing, a bit of detail work on the Aquillas, me guns and stuff like that. I'd also just started playing around with the rump there, looking at different ways of having a dark gold contrast going on. So probably won't be the final finish on it, but I just want to play with that area.
Looking awesome.
The same the other side, obviously, a bit of panel lining and stuff, and then I can now go round and start re-picking out chips, re-picking out edge highlights where the paint's rubbed away and exposed the metal. So I've got all of that to do. So
the shading on that is fantastic. It just looks dirty and worn in a nice,
it's
way.
getting there, you know.
It's got scale to it, which works really nicely.
Yeah, so I mean, this is only the first time I've done this since Lehman Russ. So
yeah,
you know, it's a different way of doing it for me. So yeah.
On mine, I've just done the chipping at the front there. Just the light grey chipping on the dark grey stripes, just there, and there. A little bit round here and on the front. I've got the whole rest of all that too, but then once I've done that, I've got to do all the tan areas as well.
Yeah.
So I will try and get some of this done off camera in the next week or so, because there's so much to do.
Yeah.
But it's thing, like I said with chipping, if you're doing chipping, don't panic. If you've got a lot to do, get a podcast or an audiobook or something and just settle down. It's a good way to spend a few hours if you can chill out. But yeah, you probably can't see any of it on camera. It looks like kind of got the measles.
Yeah.
Like there you can see. But once the weathering goes over that contrast between the dark grey and the light grey, that will vanish. And it will probably, most of that will vanish.
This is the worst part we find when we start doing our first initial bits of chipping, because it looks like the Baneblade's got acne.
Yeah.
And you have to push through it and keep going, because the temptation is to stop. Because you think, oh my God, I've ruined my model, but just keep going with it.
Yeah. It's like that original sponge chipping I did. If I just left it at that, it looks fine now, but once I put the weathering on, it wouldn't even be visible. So you've got to keep in your mind, it looks really contrasty now, but when you put everything else on top, it will pare it all down.
Well, this is it. You know, we've got to blend all of this together now with washes and things like that. So there's all of that to come. But
yeah, there's all the details to paint as well, which will hide it all. But that's where I'm up to anyway.
Yeah. Nice little show to catch up with you all. So thanks for waiting for us to come back, folks. We're glad to be back, and we'll be back. Excuse me. We'll be back this time next Wednesday, so make a note of it. Don't forget to ring the bell on the eModels channel so that you can get notified of any build series that comes up and God-hand content and all of that sort of stuff. Obviously, look in the description. You can subscribe to both of our channels. That would help us both out on a personal level immensely, so consider that.
Yeah, send me all your pot noodles.
Yeah, go and give them a visit, emodels.co.uk, and have a look around all the different categories. Treat yourselves. There is now a dedicated God-Hands tool section, and there's also a lot more Citadel paints currently been added to the back end that will be appearing on the website over the next week or so. So lots more coming.
Yes, there'll be a lot more Citadel paints coming on the website.
Anything else you want to do before we wrap up, mate? Any announcements or anything like that?
Go and play Starfield if you haven't already. You really should. Go and play Starfield. If you're not playing Starfield, why?
Yeah.
And other than that, no, I think I'm good.
Fine. Me and Fox will be back this Friday over on my channel, Festa 67's Workshop, for a bit of the Friday frolic, folks, at midnight UK time. So we will see you then. So stay safe. Catch up with you all. Bye-bye for now. Bye.
Adios, me bears.